So welcome back to another episode of the things we want to see in FIFA 20. I think this is episode 8 now, which is pretty cool. And as always, we're going to be discussing a few things that you guys have suggested for this series. If you enjoy the video, remember to leave a thumbs up for me. Let's get to 700 likes. And if you're new around here and you want to see more of this series, hit the subscribe button today and the notification bell because it comes out every week. Now, this series is community driven, which means if you have anything you want to contribute to the series, maybe you want to see something specific in FIFA 20, make sure you leave a comment down below, or you can send me some lists on Instagram or Twitter and I'll put the best ones in a video. So we're going to start with something a little bit crazy and something that doesn't get suggested very often. But Zlenkin wants to see a full 90-minute match option in FIFA 20. This basically means for every minute in the game equals 1 minute in the real world. So you're going to be able to play a full 90-minute match. Now I guess this is for the hardcore players that absolutely love the gameplay and don't mind having matches that go up to like 100 goals, because I reckon in a 90-minute game you could score about like 50-60 goals. But in case you didn't know, this was a feature back in previous FIFA games. I remember FIFA 1999 had it because I tried it once as a kid and I didn't know what I was doing. I think I actually lasted the whole game though, but I scored so many goals it was unbelievable. I guess in Formula 1 games you have the option to do a full race where you can do every lap in the real world, but in FIFA it's just not practical because you're going to score like 100 goals and it's going to be very boring. And plus the cutscenes as well, where the ball goes out or the ball goes for a goal kick and stuff, and it takes like an extra hour just on cutscenes. If a 6-minute match takes like 25 minutes to complete, imagine a 90-minute match. It'll take you like 3 or 4 hours. This one comes from Leon or Lion. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but he says that the players must come out of the tunnel with children at the start of matches. Now I think these kids are called child mascots, and you guys know what they do. They hold the player's hand and they walk out of the tunnel with them. They do the anthem with them as well. You can see them in the Champions League games. I think it happens in different leagues as well, but it's not something that I really pay attention to. But it definitely happens in the UEFA tournaments. And I guess it is a realistic suggestion because it does happen in the Champions League and stuff, and people want to see it because it matches real life. The only thing is, I hope that EA don't do generic faces for the kids and completely make them look like aliens or something, because we all know the generic faces look pretty bad in FIFA. If they do make these kid faces, at least like make them look like normal human beings. This next one comes from Gayula. He wants to see the Hungarian commentary return in FIFA 20. He said it was in previous or older FIFA games, but they got rid of it for some reason. This next one comes from Aku. He wants to see the Finnish and Icelandic League in FIFA 20. And Simon added to that one, he wants to see a Finnish stadium called the Telia 5G Arena. And this stadium is a little bit small. It has a capacity of about 10,000 people. There's also another stadium suggestion here called the Wicklow Holding Arena. And this stadium is very, very small. It has a capacity of 1,635 people. It's also from Finland. At the end of the day, we can all suggest different kinds of leagues, and you know, the game is not complete. There's heaps of leagues they could add, but it's all up to licensing. They have to pay for the licenses as well. Now this next one is a good suggestion. It's from Nicholas. He says they should have licensed stadiums for every team in the Europa League and the Champions League. Now this would be the dream. It would be so nice to play the UEFA tournaments in career mode and actually go to a licensed stadium every time. I'm sick of like versing Napoli and stuff and playing in a generic stadium. It just doesn't feel right. Even the Barcelona stadium is missing. There's a lot of stadiums that they need to add into this game. And I really hope EA are going to be working towards this in the future, because it'll be so cool to do Season 1 of career mode. You're in the UEFA tournaments and you're playing in every licensed stadium available. So I hope that's something that comes in the future. This next one comes from Craig. He says he wants to see the promoted team faces in the game from day one, because he cares about faces and he doesn't want to have to start a career mode in November to get all the face updates. Now I'm not sure if they can actually include the faces in day one, because it depends when they scan them as well. So I can't really answer that part of it, but I think a better solution would be to find a way that lets us get the face updates without having to start a new career mode. I feel sorry for those people that started a new career mode after the 1st November update, which brought in like those 50 new faces, because a week later or 2 weeks later we got the 2nd November update, which brought in another 18 faces. And unfortunately, if you started one before the 2nd November update, you would not get the 18 new faces in your career mode save. With the technology that we have these days, I don't know why we have to start a new career mode just to get the face updates. In PES, for many years now, whenever they update the faces, it goes straight into everyone's master leagues and there's no issues. You don't have to start a new one. Now, earlier on in the video, we had a suggestion that people wanted to do a full 90-minute match in FIFA 20, and this one comes from Dylan. It's totally opposite to what we had earlier. and he wants the ability to play 2 or 3 minute halves again. So the lowest currently at the moment is 4 minutes a half, and usually it's not an 8-minute match because you add all the cutscenes and all that stuff. It always ends up going like 12 minutes or 15 minutes. And I guess people want a shorter version of that. Maybe a 2 or 3 minute half game would equal about a 10-minute match. So if you're playing career mode, you know, you can go through the games much quicker. I guess if you hate the gameplay as well, you can go through the game much quicker so you don't have to play much of it. But I think 4 to 5 minutes is my balance. I know some people like to play 8 or 9 minutes to really get into the tactical side of the game. For me, I just don't have the patience. I'd rather just play a quick 4 or 5 minute game because I like to play every game in career mode. And yeah, I don't have that time to really be patient with my career modes. Now this next suggestion comes from Herbie. He told me that he wants the ability to change the background stadium just like we used to have in FIFA 16. This year in FIFA 19 we got the luxury of looking at that ugly background in every menu except when you play a Champions League game or Europa League game in career mode, and I'm getting sick of it. It is pretty ugly, to be honest. It's a bad colour scheme. I'm on FIFA 16 right now. I have a Anfield Stadium as my background. If you go to your profile and you load it up, you can have the ability to choose a random stadium, which means every time you load up the game, you're going to have a different background stadium. Let's say I wanted to use White Hart Lane. Well, that doesn't exist anymore. Let's say I wanted to use Wembley Stadium. I would set it there, and then I'd back out, and then it would change stadium. So make sure you check out the sort of background image currently. Right now it's Anfield, but you'll see it change as I back out. And as you can see there, it's changed to Wembley. So this would be nice because currently the colour scheme in FIFA 19 is pretty bad. Having a stadium in the background would be very nice to look at. It's a nicer colour scheme like the grass at the bottom and all that stuff. And you can always use your favourite stadium as well. So I don't know, that's a nice suggestion, but I don't know if that's going to happen in FIFA 20. Now this one definitely needs to happen in FIFA 20. Misha and Lunat have provided some face update suggestions, and they want to see Kyle Walker and Fabinho face updates. Now, I think Fabinho will definitely get a face in FIFA 20. Usually the transferred players get a new face the game after. It's just how it is. So if they came in FIFA 19 era, they'll get a new face in FIFA 20. It's what happened to players like Bakayoko and stuff. So I think Fabinho will get a new face in FIFA 20. In terms of a Kyle Walker face update, I'm not sure, but it definitely needs to happen. There's other faces that need to get updated as well. I think a lot of people are suggesting a Bellerin hair update as well. Aguero, Lukaku, which is probably the main complaints this year. And of course, there's other ones like De Rossi, which is like a face from FIFA 14 or something. It's very old and it's still in the game. Yeah, there's a lot of work they need to do in this department. PES obviously trumps FIFA in terms of face updates and putting faces on for younger players. FIFA takes their time. You know, they have a more harder process because they like to do everything in-house. PES like to outsource some things as well so they can get more quantity into the game. But FIFA, they have the ability to rescan Aguero, Lukaku and Walker and stuff, and they choose not to. I don't know why, but it's just the way it is for them. This next one comes from Jamison. He wants improved cutscenes for when players get red cards in the game. Currently, you know, they get the red card, the referee pulls it out of his pocket, and then you see the guy walking off, but you never see the player going into the tunnel, and that is what Jamison wants to see. I think showing the player walking into the tunnel would definitely help improve the red card cutscene, and it would match the real world as well, because on TV you see the cameras always showing the player walking into the tunnel. Sometimes the player's angry, he's talking to the manager as he walks off as well. Maybe you see a guy pat him on the back as he walks off if it's not a fair red card. So there is a few ways they can improve the red card cutscenes. I'm sure there's other cutscenes they can improve as well, but a few people have told me they would like to see the players walking into the tunnel for the red cards in FIFA 20. So that is pretty much the end of today's list. If you want to contribute for a further episode, make sure you leave a comment about the things you want to see in FIFA 20. You can also DM me clips and stuff on Instagram or Twitter, and I'll be happy to take a look at them.